Hi everyone. Okay, this is incredibly exciting because I believe this is the first recovery video I am making where you are seeing more of authentic Jenna than disordered Jenna. And I am so incredibly thankful for that. Thoughts are decreasing, behaviors are decreasing, joy and love are increasing, depression is lifting, things are beautifully changing, and I am blessed to be a part of it. It is amazing to see how much can change in a week. This time last week I was at rock bottom, and here I am now, full of life, and knowing it's only the beginning. It's only getting started, and to know how I feel right now, I have a lot of hope for what's going to come in the future. So, all that being said, I felt like I was supposed to make a video for you guys today. And at first, I did not know what I was going to say. But then I got a word and I knew that's what you need to hear. So I touched briefly on it in another video when I talked about how I can no longer wait for the whys to move forward. I just have to move in the how. And I didn't always used to be like that. I was one of those people who needed all the answers, who needed to know what was next and why I was doing something and why I was the way I was and why this was happening. But the more relapses and lapses I encountered, the more I realized that I don't have enough time to figure out all the whys before I move forward. I will be staying stuck in the same place forever. So I learned how to just jump, how to not worry about having the answers, but to just move forward in the how with the trust that the whys will come in the midst of all that. And this week is proof of that. I saw that as I started to live in the how and I started to move forward, that a big why was answered for me. Because I could not help but question why I found myself back on this path. And one word came to mind, and that was complacency. Complacency is probably one of the biggest killers of recovery, and I can see that now. I used to believe that I could make one big change, and that would be the end to everything. Take, for example, my 21-day challenge, where I went 21 days without looking in the mirror. And I put all this hope in that. I put the fate of my recovery in the hands of my 21-day challenge, where I believed that after that, once that 21st day hit, that I would wake up and all would be cured. Really wishful thinking, but I was grasping at anything at that point. And I've done that a lot in life, where I'd make a huge change, and then I would think that that was the end of it, that that was going to be the last step in the journey. But what I've come to discover is that what I saw as the end was actually only the beginning to things. What I thought would close a door or be the end of a path actually just created a new path and opened a new door. But I never opened that door, and I never put my feet on that new path. I stayed exactly where I stopped. I have a tendency to stop when I should keep going. Unfortunately, and I know this is so hard for some people to hear, there is no pause button in recovery. There's no break. You can't decide to take a day off. You can't even decide to take a minute off. Because anytime you need to take a breather is a moment that any thought, any behavior, any urge, any temptation can just slip in and take over. My past few months are proof of that. After December, I took far too many pauses. And they started back after September, But they really picked up in January, where I just didn't want to do it anymore. I got this victim mentality where I'm tired of fighting. Why do I have to keep doing this? There seems to be no progress being made. It's taking far too long. I'm not seeing any results. We live in a society where we want the answers quick and we want the results to happen fast. And recovery is not like that. I can't go through one day of recovery and then expect to be speaking the next day to girls struggling to help set them free. It's not going to happen. You have to put time and dedication and persistence into this. You have to endure the process. And then the results will come. But I was getting far too impatient in that waiting. And what I realized was that I was a huge culprit to that waiting. Things could have been going probably a lot faster and not so exhausting if I did not stop when I should have kept going. I take ownership of that. I let my own exhaustion and defeat and impatience take over. And I should have kept challenging myself. I should have every day been saying, no, don't listen to that thought, do the opposite. But instead, I just settled. Stayed with the same foods, the same behaviors, the same thoughts, the same rituals, the same thought patterns. I stayed in the cycle with those emotions driving it. I was in control of stepping out of that comfort zone. I was in control of breaking free. But I chose not to. I chose to take what I thought would be an easier path. But there's nothing, I'm just going to tell you, there's nothing easier about this path, because regardless of when it's done, I still have to make those steps. But now I have to make those steps 100 steps behind where I was back in December. So every time that I'm saying no, I'm just setting myself back even more and giving myself more work to do to catch up. I lost living in that place of yes. The word that I was getting so comfortable saying and living in, I stopped. And that word became something foreign to me. I let the thoughts go unthreatened. I let the behaviors go unchallenged. And that's only going to make them thrive. If they know there's not a threat to them, what's going to stop them? What's going to make them leave if they know they can just exist without any challenge? I have to begin again with living in yes. And I have to start getting more authoritative over my thoughts and my behaviors. I need to take ownership again over my actions. And I need to take back control. I don't want to be stuck in this place forever. I don't want to be the same Jenna tomorrow as I am today. And I don't want to be the same Jenna a year from now that I am today. I want to be growing, I want to be changing, I want to be moving. I can't be complacent anymore. Regardless of how hard it is, regardless of how long it takes to see any progress at all, I have to keep moving and I have to keep saying yes. So that is my word for you guys today. You may be in a place where you are complacent. And that's a defeating place because you wonder, is this as good as it's going to get? Is this my forever? It's defeating. But I'm telling you, it's not as good as it's going to get. My life right now I refuse to accept this as my forever. It's going to get better, but it's going to take my efforts and my work and my yeses to make it something amazing. So, I have to start challenging myself every day, no matter how hard, no matter how painful, no matter how risky it will be. I have to try new food, maybe not look at myself again, maybe eat at a different place, eat out more, in a different location, something to just let my brain know that we're not stopping here. And to let my heart know one day it's gonna see everything it dreamed. So, with that, it's time to start saying yes again. I always tell that to you guys, but I need to hear it myself. And, yeah. I'm glad you got to see more of authentic Jenna today. And you're gonna see a lot more of her in the weeks and the years and this incredible life to come.